appearance there.
Yes, Pradeep Prabhu, you remember something?
Buddha Purnima
Acha.
and appearance
Yes.
day of Srinivas Pandit.
Yes, Srinivas Acharya. Also the appearance of Srinivas Acharya. And appearance of Madhavendra Puri, appearance of Srinivas Acharya, appearance of the Supreme Lord in his beautiful form of Shri Radha Raman, disappearance of Padmeshwari Das Thakur, and one very special festival today. One more event. Yes, Dulamani?
Yes, Prabhuji. It is Lord Sri Krishna's water and swing festival.
I was expecting you will speak the original thing. Krishna fool dola, you are dola money. And Krishna goes to the fool dola today. Krishna fool dola salila bihar. So we have 5 festivals today, 5 very special Vaishnava festivals. So I will speak on those prominently, which we discuss less. I'll begin with Shri Krishna Phuladola Salila Vihar. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pad Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatami Hare Krishna. So Shri Krishna Phuladola Salila Vihar. So we will begin with the Phuladola. So today is the final day of Vaishak. Vaishak is this month, and in this Vaishak we have Akshaya Tritiya. Why? Because this is one of the hottest period of the year. And today is the Purnima. Purnima means when we have the full moon. And from tomorrow we will have the new month of Jeshth, which is even hotter. So in this hot season, when everybody is parched because of the heat, because of the sun, and because of the rising temperature, so everybody is looking for some relief. Like few days back, we had some rain showers. So everybody was relieved because the heat was down. So Krishna also enjoys. Krishna is Rasraj, is Rasik Shekhara. So he enjoys every ritu or every season. So how to enjoy when it is so hot? So the Sakhis and the Gopis in Vrindavan on this day of Vaishak Purnima, they decorate and they make a very special swing. Dola means a place to sit. Dola also means palanquin. So they make a very special place to seat Radha and Krishna there on the swing, and so that when they are swinging, the cool air, the air which will touch the transcendental bodies of Radha and Krishna, they will feel the cooling effect. And how this dola is created or made? It is made of phula. Phula means flowers. This is very important that the worship of the Supreme Lord, the offering of flowers is very important. Krishna very much likes the offering of flowers. That is why he says in Bhagavad Gita, most confidential knowledge, he says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Pushpam. If one offers with love, even a leaf or a water or a flower, a fruit, I accept. So the gopis are very much today, they are submerged in preparing a very beautiful swing for Shri Radha and Krishna, and we decorate this thing with flowers which have a lot of fragrance, because in this hot season, yesterday we had the Fool Bangla in our temple in the deity's altar. So it was so fragrant, and the smell of it, the fragrance was giving us so much of relief to everyone. Everybody was overjoyed. Why? Because in this hot summer, the fragrance, it gives the cooling effect. These flowers which have fragrances, they give the cooling effect. So one more aspect of the flowers. 3 days back we had Rukmani Dwadashi. So on the day of Rukmani Dwadashi, Rukmani Devi also gives this blessing, profuse blessing, that whoever decorates my Lord with the fragrant flowers or the seasonal flowers, he will get an opportunity to come and reside with the Lord in his abode. That is the importance of flower offering. The garland should be made as far as possible. Bola Mani Prabhu, you shared the picture of Jagannath Ji, but I could not see the garlands. Lockdown. You cannot get fruit flowers. See if there is a possibility. You create a small garden in your house. Simple. The best thing is to create a small garden in our house. Like Lord Jagannath has his own garden. When you go to Mayapur, Radha Madhav have their own big garden. We don't need flowers from outside. So at least some flowers, some little garden can be made. So there is a very beautiful song by Sri Narottam Das Thakur, which depicts this pastime of how Radha and Krishna are enjoying the swing pastimes. You want to hear? This song I also heard for the first time. Well, I was searching because I had a class in the morning in Rohini. So I was looking for some Vaishnav song, how to explain this Leela, because we have no realization. So how can I explain? So I was looking for the shelter of the Acharya and I found one. So it says, Rai Kanu Dui Basila Chulan Ratna Mane Pari Jugal Charan Sona Nupurun Jun Pade. Narottam Das Thakur, who is none other than Champak Manjari. So he enters into the Leela. That is why we say, Jayam Vishnu Pad, Paramhans Parivajanacarya, Ashtotar Sat Srimad, with the Leela Pravisht. Leela Pravisht means that they are already present in the eternal pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So these are the associates of the Lord. So he can see he is already there in this swing pastime. So he is describing the swing pastime, that how Radha and Krishna are swinging. He says Rai Kanu. Rai is for Radharani and Kanu is for Krishna. And Dui Bashilo. Bashilo means to be seated. Dola also means place of sitting. And what are they doing? Jhulana Ratna Mane Pari. So they are having this Jhulan pastime. They are being swing. They are having good time on the swing. The gopis are making them swing. And Jugala Charana. Jugala Charana means both their lotus feet. It is having the sonar and nupur. Nupur means the ankle bells. Nupur means the charan nupur. It is of golden. It is golden nupur, and there are those bells, those ankle bells, this tinkling of the bells. And what are these bells doing? They are creating the melodious sound. Runa jhuna runa jhun. And we further describe that Sham gale vanamala viraje rai gale moti sade. So Krishna is been offered a very fragrant garland of vanamala. Vanamala means those trees, those flowers which are growing in the one in the forest. Which forest? Vrindavan, not ordinary forest. Those flowers which are there in Vrindavan, they're very special flowers. I remember many years back, whenever I used to come from Vrindavan back, I used to bring some flower garlands to offer to the Lord. Because the kind of flower, the fragrance that is there in Vrindavan, it cannot be found anywhere else. So that fragrant flower is there in the gardens of Krishna. Whereas Srimati Radharani is decorated with moti saja, with the garlands of pearls. And Shamadre Madhure Murli Radha Radhe Boli Dake. And Krishna is playing the flute. While he is on the swing, he is enjoying the pastime. So from his lotus lip, from his adhara, Madhura Murli, from the lotus lips of Krishna, he is he is playing the flute. And what is the flute saying? Flute is calling Radhe Radhe. Shyam Sire Mohan Chura Rai Sira Veni Sade. So on the curly locks of Shyam, of Krishna, there is this Mohan Chura. Krishna is known as Chudamani. Chudamani means that one who is the most beautiful. Chura means the head, and Mani means that is most decorated or beautiful. So Krishna is decorated, his curly hairs are beautifully made into chura by Mother Yashoda. Whereas Rai, yani Radharani, Sire Veni Saji. Veni. Veni, you understand? Is for the hair. What do you say Veni in Hindi? Are you hearing Kana and Sarika? What is Veni in Hindi? Acha, you are having dinner. What does Veni mean? Hindi, choti. Acha, yeah, choti. Choti. Balon ka choti. If you would have seen the photographs closely on the day of, I think, Sita Navami. Yeah, on the day of Sita Navami. Radharani's Veni was decorated with almonds in our temple. You should closely see the deities. There are many decorations done on the deity, but we need to have that eyes so that we can see that what is the Shringar. So Narottam Das Thakur is sharing. So these all details he is giving, that Krishna is playing the flutes and his flute is calling Radhe Radhe, and it is the full moonlight. And in Anand Vrindavan Champu, Kavi Karnapur is describing also these leelas, the swinging pastimes, and how the gopis are serving Radha and Krishna. So this is the festival of the mood of service. How we can render personal service to the Supreme Lord for his pleasure. And second is the Salila Vihar. Salila means water. So Krishna also enjoys the water pastimes. And of course, this is the best time when the heat is at the maximum. So water gives the cooling effect. If we touch water, we feel good because water is cooler than the air. So Krishna, every Purnima, Krishna performs Ras Leela in Vrindavan. And after performing Ras Leela, he takes the gopis along and they do water sports. They perform many water pastimes. So we see in our temples also, especially in Vrindavan, there is a boat festival. Salila Vihar, how does Krishna perform this pastime in the form of deity, that the deity is decorated, the Utsav deity, it is called the Vijay Utsav deity. In Jagannath Puri, this festival begins from Akshaya Tritiya day. Have you heard of a place called Narendra Sarovar? There is a historic place, Narendra Sarovar, in Jagannath Puri, not very far from the temple, and where there is a beautiful lake. Sarovar means there is a pond, there is a lake. And for 21 days of the Chandan Yatra, Lord Jagannath in his Vijay Murti. What is the Vijay Murti of Lord Jagannath? Who knows? Those who are from Odisha or otherwise also. How many of you have taken darshan of Lord Jagannath in Puri? But next time when you go, you can see the Vijay Murti or the Utsav, which is called the Vijay Murti. You don't know what is Vijay Murti? That is called the Utsav deity of Lord Jagannath. You note it, and then you will find so many stories. It is Madan Mohan. That's the deity of Madan Mohan there, just besides Jagannath. That is why going is no. If you don't go with devotees, what can you see? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, have you done your eye exercise? Similarly, if you go to Radha Govind, you will see there is a very beautiful deity of Gaur Govind, just a small deity, beautiful size deity, just beside Govind. So every time when we go and take darshan, we first take darshan of Gaur Govind, that is none other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we see the deity of Govind there. So similarly, there is this Vijay Murti of Madan Mohan, and this Murti, this Vigraha Murti, along with Bhudevi and Sri Devi. You will also see besides Jagannath, there are these two consorts, Bhudevi and Sri Devi on the either sides. But you have to be very clear so that you can go and see them. So these deities, every day on this month of Vaishak, from Jagannath Puri, they come in Dola. Dola means palanquin. And they go to Narendra Sarovar, and there is a very sweet festival there. And it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present there in Puri, he himself participated in this festival. Narendra Jale Govind, Narendra Jale Govind, Nauka te chadiya, Jale Krida Kare Sab Bhaktagana. So Krida means the pleasure pastime, the play. So in the Narendra Sarovar Jal, Govind, that is the Supreme Lord, he is seated on the boat. There is very special boat made. And along with Sri Devi and Bhudevi, Madan Mohan ji, the Utsav Vigrah of Jagannath, they are seated on this boat and they enjoy the Vihar, Salila Vihar, the boat festival. In our temple also we have boat festival, but for last 2 years it has not happened because in this season normally we are having boat festival. And in Vrindavan also there is a very special boat festival. So this is the pastimes the Lord performs. Why the Lord performs all this pastime? Tattavat Muni is saying, Iti Dikshwalila Bhi Ananda Kunde Swagosham Vimajata Mathyapaya. The Lord is performing these pastimes to inundate all his devotees with ecstasy, with bliss. And Krishna also enjoys this pleasant pastime. So one Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Jagdish Prabhu, he was in Canada. So he wrote a letter to Srila Prabhupada mentioning that he wants to perform the swing festival. In our temple also, we have, in all ISKCON temples you will see, we have a swing festival of 5 days. But we don't do it now. It is normally done in the month of Shravan, and it is 5 days before Purnima. Which Purnima? Balram Purnima. So it starts from this is Purnima. It starts from Ekadashi and it ends on Purnima. So 5 days. 5 days of swing festival. But in Vrindavan, the swing starts from today. And there are so many swings there, particularly in the Govardhan area, in the region of Radha Kunda. And those who are pure, those who are able to see this Leela. This Leela is happening even today. There will be many swings today in which Radha and Krishna will be enjoying this pastime in Vraja. But there has to be Kaunu Kaunu Bhagyavan Jeev Dekhiva Leela. Who is that? There will be rare one, some fortunate soul who can witness this pastime. So this Prabhupada's disciple, he wrote a letter to Prabhupada asking permission so that he can observe a festival in which Radha and Krishna are seated on swing. So Prabhupada replied to him. This is in Prabhupada's letter of 5th January 1973. Prabhupada was in Mumbai at that time, and he replied back to Jagdish Prabhu in Canada. Prabhupada said that so long there is nice jhulan or swing, profusely decorated with flowers, and Radha Krishna may be seated on the swing. In this way, if you observe, I have no objection. So, if you have deities, then you should try to make some swing for them. I remember one of my brahmachari friends. He served very intimately. He has Radha Damodar deities. And every year in the swing, he converts his altar into a swing. Don't try that. Not necessary to imitate, but try some other way. And place the deities on the swing, and he decorates the swing with so many leaves and flowers. And makes it so beautiful. And all of us will go to his room to get the pleasure of swinging. So this is this beautiful festival of Sri Krishna Phuladola. That the swing which is decorated with fragrant flowers, and everybody is in the mood to serve, to please Sri Radha and Krishna. And Krishna also enjoys the water pastime. That's the boat festival. So these festives begins today. So I will also speak on Sri Parmeshwari Das Thakur, because I don't think any one of you know much about Parmeshwari Das Thakur. Does any one of you know about Parmeshwari Prabhu? So he is one of the associates of Nityanand Prabhu. And Jakana, can you open your screen share? This is Chetan Charitamrita. If you will open Chetan Charitamrita, it will show 3 sections: Adi, Madhya, and Antya. Open. So you open the Adi, ADI, and go to the 11th chapter. So this chapter is the expansion and branches of Sri Nityanand Prabhu. And here is the mention of Sri Parmeshwari Das Thakur. Are you able to do? Otherwise, I will do. A little fast, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I'm doing. Prabhuji, chapter 7, which verse?
No. Have you opened Chetan Charitamrita?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Go to the Adi Lila.
Yes.
Adi Lila, the first portion, first section. And in the 11th chapter, expansions of Lord Nityanand Prabhu.
Expansions.
And verse number is 29. Very good. Go to verse number 29. Yeah. So how exalted is the position of Parmeshwari Thakur? It is being mentioned in Chetan Charitamrita. It says, Parmeshwara Das Nitya Nandeka Sharana Krishna Bhakti Paye Tanra Ye Kare Smarana. So this translation says, what is the verdict of Sri Kaviraj Goswami, who is the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita? He says that Parmeshwari Das is said to be the fifth Gopal of Krishna Leela. He is completely surrendered to the lotus feet of Nityananda. Nityananda Eka Sharana. He is completely dedicated, or he is his only single pointed focus is to serve Nityananda Prabhu. And then Kaviraj Goswami says, anyone who remembers his name, like we are calling his name today, Parmeshwari Das Prabhu, he says that anyone who remembers his name will get love of Krishna very easily. How many of you are interested to get love of Krishna easily? Only two. Others, they want to find a difficult path. Go down, let us see the purport. So just remember Parmeshwari Das Prabhu. See, such a blessing. Brahmanda Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. So the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu are so empowered that they can deliver millions of universes. Brahmanda Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. They are so much empowered. And it is not an overstatement or an exaggeration. Srila Bhakti Chaudhary Thakur writes in his Anubhashya, so Prabhupada, this is how Srila Prabhupada is. Whenever he gives any praman, he first quotes his predecessors, the acharyas. In Chaitanya Bhagavad states that Parmeshwari Das, known sometimes as Parmeshwari Das, Parameshwar Das or Parmeshwari Das, was the life and soul of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. The body of Parmeshwari Das was the place of Nityananda's pastime. So he was so much sold out to Nityananda Prabhu. Through his body, Nityananda Prabhu used to perform the pastime. Parmeshwar Das, who lived for some time in Khardaha village, was always filled with the ecstasy of a cowherd boy. So this is the identity. Who is Parmeshwari Das? He is the fifth Gopal. He is the fifth Gopal amongst the Dwadash Gopal. So there are, like we see, Krishna has so many gopis, millions and millions of gopis. But amongst so many gopis, how many gopis are very important?
Prabhuji 8.
Yes, very good. Remember, Ashwati. And can you tell me the names? If you can do that, it would be great. I made you all memorize, not to forget. Bolo, Anushka.
Prabhuji CCTL and VIRS.
वो तो ठीक है नाम तुम बताना पड़ेगा ना
शाखा
ऐसे नहीं नाम से बताओ
VIRS शाखा
क्या what is the name?
Prabhuji Vishakha.
Yes.
Then
माता जी ले आई किताब अपनी कॉपी नोटबुक उसमें से देख के बोलेंगे चीटिंग प्रोपेंसिटी जाएगी नहीं जल्दी करो बाबा इतना टाइम नहीं है ये और किसी को याद है तो बोलो बिना देखे बोलना नहीं देख के बोला तो कुछ नहीं बोला previously when there was a session the teacher used to speak and the student used to hear. There was no notebook. What to say of notepads or palm tops or pen tops, nothing. There was the write-up was done in the heart. And it was forever. Now we try to put it either in the memory drive. Let the memory drive remember. We can forget. Okay, anyway. So, like the 8 gopis are there, they are Ashrakis, they are very dear to Radha and Krishna. Similarly, there are 12 Dwadash Gopal, very dear to Krishna. Krishna and Balaram, these Dwadash Gopal. So, among these Dwadash Gopal, Parameshwar Das is the 5th Gopal. He is Gop Sakha of both Krishna and Balaram. So he is the 5th Gopal in the Krishna Lila. And his name is Arjuna Sakha, not the Arjun of Bhagavad Gita. There is a Gopa Arjuna who is the friend of Krishna and Balaram. So that Arjuna Gopa, Arjuna Sakha, Naam Arjuna Sakha, Pragyo Dasa Parameshwara. In Gaur Gunadesh Deepika, there is the Gaudiya Vaishnava Vidhan. So identity is given by Sri Kavi Karnapur that who has appeared in Gaur Lila, what was his Swarupa or his identity in Krishna Lila. So he is disclosing that this Parameshwar Das is none other than the Arjun Sakha of Krishna and Balaram. And in this Lila we see, in this Gaur Lila, he becomes the associate or the surrendered soul of Nityananda Prabhu, and he was always, besides Nityananda Prabhu, submerged in serving Nityananda Prabhu. So when Nityananda Prabhu used to visit Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Nilachal, Puri, every year a yatra of 200 devotees from Navadip used to go to Puri to meet Mahaprabhu and participate in the Yatra festival. And they used to stay there for 4 months. Mahaprabhu's associate, they do not slog like hogs and dogs. We have seen in the case of Srivas Thakur. So for 4 months they used to go from Navadip along with their families and be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri from Navadip. And it used to take 1 month going and 1 month returning. So how many months gone out of the year? 6 months gone. Why? Because they were not following what we are following. What we are following, we saw. Prahlad Maharaj told us. What we are following? That we are wasting 50% of our life in sleeping. Then 10 years in childhood, and then 10 years in boyhood, and 20 years in adulthood. So all that way the life is lost. But the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they did not want to miss any moment without getting the association of the Supreme Lord. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Puri, so all these devotees led by Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Prabhu, they were going to Jagannath Puri to have association of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they never used to say that we are coming to meet you. They used to say that we have come to participate in the Jagannath Rath Yatra. The purpose of coming is to be in the Rath Yatra festival. For how many months? For 4 months. What are these 4 months? The 4 months of Chaturmasya. They used to arrive before the monsoon, and in monsoon one cannot travel. One cannot travel in monsoon. So they made this excuse that for 4 months we have to stay here so that we can participate in the Rath Yatra, and when the monsoon is over, because they used to travel on foot, like Madhavendra Puri, he traveled from Govardhan till Jagannath Puri. And these associates were traveling from Navadip to Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Nityananda Prabhu and told him, Mahaprabhu said that Nityananda, do not come to Puri. You stay in Navadip. You don't have to come to Puri every year. Like when we go to Vrindavan and we are seen by our Guru Maharaj. So Guru Maharaj calls us. It has never happened with me, but it has happened with other devotees. Maharaj calls them and asks them that why have you come here? Why have you come here? You should return and perform your service. Why? Because Vrindavan is there where Radha and Krishna is being served. So if you give up your service, try to come to Vrindavan to see Radha and Krishna, there is no possibility of seeing Radha and Krishna. So Nityananda Prabhu, when he was coming to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that Nityananda, from next year, you please do not come. Why? Because I am giving you some very special service. And that special service only you can perform. So you stay there in Navadip, in Gaudadesh, and preach the Yugadharma Nama Sankirtan. So when Nityananda Prabhu was returning, so one of the associates who returned with Nityananda Prabhu is Parmeshwar Das. Why? Because he was completely sold out in service of Nityananda Prabhu. So in this way, we see there are many instances how he very intimately served Nityananda Prabhu. And after Nityananda Prabhu left, after Nityananda Prabhu returned back, holding his pastime, then he became the servant of Janva Mata, who is the eternal consort of Nityananda Prabhu. And he accompanied her in all her preaching missions. So when Janva Mata, she was the chief guest in Khethuri, when Narottam Das Thakur performed the first God Purnima festival, a very grand God Purnima festival. Such a grand festival has never ever happened in history. Even when we go to Mayapur and see some 20,000, 30,000 devotees, it is peanuts. What it happened in Khethuri when Narottam Das Thakur was there. So Janva Mata went there and Parmeshwar Das Thakur was there with Janva Mata, serving Janva Mata. So on advice of Janva Mata, he established the deities of Shri Radha Gopinath. That is a place called Antahpura in the district of Hubli. Here it is not correct. Somehow the editing is not correct. The Radha Gopinath temple is Antahpura in the district of Hubli. Hubli it is written. Yeah, it is Hubli. And he was also the witness when Janva Mata, she folded her pastime by entering into the Radha deity at Shri Radha Gopinath. And when he established this deity, he wanted to have the deity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally entered that deity of Gauranga. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavad that Parmeshwari Das Yahara Vigrah Gaur Chandrera Prakash. So that deity which was carved for Mahaprabhu, so Mahaprabhu personally entered into that deity. That is the exalted position of Parmeshwari Das Thakur, and he was doing the service. In Gaudadesh, he was performing the service of spreading Nama Sankirtan, of spreading the Yuga Dharma. So he used to perform Nama Sankirtan, and when the Sankirtan was being participated, he used to dance. And his dance was so blissful and ecstatic that he could arouse the feeling of Krishna Prem in everyone. Thus, by his Nama Sankirtan and by his dance. So there were some envious people in Bengal. They will always be there. Because Dvaima Purusha Loke. There are two types of people in this world. Krishna will speak. In the Bhagavad Gita, he has said, one is the Sura and the other is the Asura. Those who are divine and the others are demoniac. So these demoniac atheistic people, what they wanted to do, they wanted to disturb the Harinam. So what they did, they got a dead body of a jackal and threw it in the midst of the Sankirtan party. So that thinking that they will stop and spoil the Sankirtan. But Parmeshwar Das is such a special empowered personality that he continued to dance and sing. And by the dancing and singing of Parmeshwar Das, he could infuse life even in that dead jackal. And that dead jackal came into life and he also became a participant in the Sankirtan of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the empowerment of Shri Parmeshwar. So on this day, as Srila Kaviraj Goswami is saying, come to the translation that whoever remembers just the name of Parmeshwar, he will very easily achieve the Krishna way. So we pray to the lotus feet of Parmeshwar Prabhu that like he had completely surrendered to the lotus feet of Nityanand and he served to the last breath of his life. So we also get the inspiration and we also can dedicate our life in service of Guru and God. Shri Parmeshwari Das Thakur, Tirobhav Tiki Mahamohan Sabki Jai. So you can close the screen share. Also today is the appearance of Srinivas Acharya. I have spoken many times on Sri Narottam Das Thakur, but I don't know whether I have spoken about Srinivas Acharya. I don't remember. Some of you know about the details of Srinivas Acharya's contribution to the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so today is the appearance day of Srinivas Acharya. So he appeared today in the Purnima of Vaishak in a place which is near Navadip called the Agradip. The place is called Agradip near Navadip and the village is called Chakhandi. He appeared in a very pious family. His father was named Gangadhar Bhattacharya. He was born in a Brahmin family and his mother was Lakshmi Priya. And both his father and his mother were great followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when they heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nimai is taking sannyas, they went to Katwa. Katwa is the place where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas. And when they went to Katwa and they saw the scene that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is accepting sannyas, this Gangadhar Bhattacharya, he felt so much of pain. It was unbearable for him to see that Nimai is giving up his very beautiful heirs, and he is so young, and he is so tender, and he is accepting this very difficult ashram of sannyas. So he started calling the name Ha Chaitanya, Ha Chaitanya, Ha Chaitanya, and he fainted out of his unlimited love and affection for Supreme Lord. So when the associates of Lord Chaitanya saw this ecstatic feeling in the heart of Gangadhar Bhattacharya, they named him Chaitanya Das. So from Gangadhar Bhattacharya, he became Chaitanya Das. Why? Because he had so much of inclination or so much of love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and he went to Jagannath Puri. And when he went to Jagannath Puri, always there was the feeling of separation in the heart of Chaitanya Das. That when can I get an opportunity to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So in his heart there was a desire that I should get a son like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like the life. Then he thought that before I do that, let me go and take permission from the Lord. What is my thought? I am thinking, is it proper or is it not proper? So he told his wife that let us go to Puri and let us clear our desire. If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu allows, permits, we will have a son, otherwise we will give up the idea. See, this is called dedication. Not taking independent decision, not deciding what to do. Otherwise, she is my wife and he will be my child. What is there to ask from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So they went to Jagannath Puri, and as soon as they got the audience of Lord Chaitanya, they paid obeisances and they cried in love because there was so much of feeling of separation. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Chaitanya Das, and Mahaprabhu told him, all your desires will be fulfilled by Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath will fulfill all your desires. So both the husband and wife, they were very much amazed. They did not speak a word. They never expressed their desire. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that all your desires will be fulfilled by Jagannath. So they were very inquisitive that is Mahaprabhu talking about our desire to have a son, or is he talking about some other desire? So they inquired from Mahaprabhu's servant Govind that you please inquire from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That Mahaprabhu is saying that all our desires will be fulfilled. So which desire is Mahaprabhu mentioning? So Govind, before he could ask Mahaprabhu that Chaitanya Das and Lakshmi, Priya, they want to know which desires they want them to be fulfilled. So Mahaprabhu told Govind that very shortly Lakshmi Priya will bear a son, and that son will be named as Srinivas. And this Srinivas is none other than the manifest form of my divine love. Premera Prakash. Mahaprabhura Premera Prakash. So, he will be the manifestation of Gauranga Prem. And Mahaprabhu said that I have a very special mission which I want to fulfill through Srinivas. So Srinivas will appear and Srinivas will fulfill my mission. So in this way we see before Srinivas Acharya took birth, his appearance was already foretold by none other than Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Not only his appearance was foretold, his name was also given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That means before birth he was initiated. Before he took birth, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him his full blessings, his profuse blessings. And Mahaprabhu also established that what service he will perform. Such glorious fortune, such a personality, that his service established before he comes. I remember when I first met Maharaj, I'm not trying to exaggerate or push myself. So Maharaj told me, I have already decided service for you. First day when I came to the temple, he said, I have already decided service for you. You will do shopping for us. Maharaj did not say purchase. He said, you will do shopping for us. By his blessings, the shopping is going on. The shopping also includes the flower shopping. Why? Flowers for the Supreme Lord, decorating the Lord. So anyway, so Srinivas Acharya in this way, he appears from the womb of Lakshmi Priya, and he is extraordinary child, because the time is passing by. Still on my side, not almost there. Srinivas Acharya was very extraordinary. His appearance was very attractive because he was the manifestation of Gauranga. And he was very extraordinary in his studies also. But his very most liked activity was that his father, Chaitanya Das, used to recite to him the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip, because he had witnessed those pastimes. The glories and the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would hear from his father, and also the Radha Krishna pastimes. So that was the favorite activity of both the father and the son. You see, that is what, if you become father, you should follow in the footsteps of the Chaitanya Das. That to your sons and your daughters, you should always educate them in the glories and pastimes of Radha Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And very extraordinarily, his mother, Lakshmi Priya, she trained Srinivas in Kirtan. She trained Srinivas in Kirtan. So the family, they had both the satsang family, husband, wife, and child, all performing Kirtan and Katha of Radha Krishna and Gauranga Mahaprabhu. But soon his father passed away. And when his father passed away, so the family was very much in shock, in distress. So, and Srinivas was very young. He was just 4 years or 5 years of age. So they shifted from Chakhandi, they went to Jajigram. Jajigram was his maternal place, his mother's father's place. And they stayed in Jajigram. And when they came to Jajigram, he got the opportunity to have association of Narhari Sarkar Thakur. Panarahari Adi Kori Chamarudula. Every day we sing, God Adi is same Narhari Sarkar Thakur, the very confidential associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sunarhari Sarkar Thakur, he immediately after having the association, he had a desire to get the audience of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Sunarhari Sarkar Thakur told him that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is soon going to wind up his pastimes, his earthly pastime, and return back to his abode. So this baby boy, not baby boy, Srinivas, he had a very intense desire to go to Puri and have the audience of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappears. And he went along with the party of all the devotees who were traveling every year from Navadip to Puri. But before he could reach Puri, this Bala, this young boy, Srinivas, he got the news that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already left. He has returned to his abode by winding off his pastime. So he was so much in distress. He felt so much of separation. He felt so unfortunate that he could not bear the separation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He could not bear that he will never ever get the opportunity to have audience and association of Lord Chaitanya. And he felt so unfortunate that he wanted to end his life. And he always cried and cried and cried so much that on his call he got the dream. And in that dream, he saw Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra. And he also saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they were all telling him that come to Jagannath. Don't stop your yatra. You come to Jagannath Puri. We have made special arrangement for you. So Srinivas, he got the audience of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also Jagannath Puri. So he comes to Puri. And when he comes to Puri, he gets the opportunity to meet the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who were still present: Ramanand Roy, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Gopinath Acharya, and very special, we got the opportunity and association of Sri Gadadhar Pandit, Srimati Radharani herself. And he was hearing and he was studying every day Srimad Bhagavatam from Gadadhar. He got the opportunity to study and hear what would be the fortune of getting the opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Srimati Radharani. He was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And then later, Gadadhar told him to return back to Navadip. So he returned back to Navadip. And when he was returning to Navadip, he had a desire that I could not meet Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but let me get the opportunity now to associate and meet with the other two Prabhus, Nityanand Prabhu and Advait Acharya. But by the time he returned back to Navadip, both of them had also left. They also had disappeared. So again he was grieved. And he was feeling so unfortunate. And at that time, he met the other devotees residing in Navadip, Shivas Thakur, and he meets other devotees. He was also given the opportunity, a very special opportunity, to meet Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi. Vansivadan Thakur was there. When he saw the situation of Srinivas Acharya, he requested Vishnu Priya Devi to meet and bless Srinivas. And Vishnu Priya Devi was observing very strict vows. We have discussed that. We were hearing that when Lord Ram was going to exile, he told Mother Sita that you observe these great vows and penances. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he disappeared, or he took sannyas, before he disappeared, he took sannyas, and Vishnu Priya Devi was observing such strict austerities and vows. Today we were discussing that human life is meant for observing penances, austerities, and vows. Otherwise, one remains on the platform of being an animalistic person, animal life. So Vishnu Priya Devi blessed him and told him that he will fulfill the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He visits Shantipur, Kharda, and meets other devotees, Dharhari Sardar Thakur and Murari Gop. He also meets Parmeshwari Das Thakur. But Parmeshwari Das Thakur was already preaching in Navadip. And he also meets Janwa Devi, Vasudha Devi, and Abhinam Thakur. And all these associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they guide Srinivas Acharya to go and take shelter of the Goswamis of Vrindavan. So he travels. He travels from Navadip and he comes to Vrindavan. And when he enters Vrindavan, he comes to know that Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they have also there. So again, he is very much in shock, in distress, in separation. These acharyas are explained to us, to their examples, to their life. And it is not what we desire will happen. But service is more important. Service must be done, irrespective of whether the situation is favorable or most unfavorable. When he comes to Vrindavan, he takes shelter of Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Today is the appearance of Sri Radha Raman Dev. Sri Radha Raman Dev appeared because of the incessant love and devotion of Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami. And today is also the appearance day of Srinivas Acharya, who is the foremost disciple of Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami. The deity is also appearing today, the Ishta of Gopal Bhatt, which is Radharaman. He also appeared.
आपने क्या बोला? Foremost disciple of
Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Srinivas Acharya is the foremost disciple of Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami. And when he comes to Vrindavan, he takes shelter of Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Gopal Bhatt Goswami asked him to take classes, to attend classes of Srila Jiva Goswami. And when he comes to Srila Jiva Goswami for his study, specifically of the Gaudiya Vaishnava literature, which are composed by the 6 Goswamis, headed by Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. So a systematic study is being done, and he needs 2 other personalities, 2 other very important personalities, Srila Narottam Das Thakur and Srila Shyamanand Pandit. So these 3 Prabhus, Srinivas Acharya, Shyamanand Pandit, and Narottam Das Thakur, they all 3 together, who would be the next generation of Acharyas in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara after the 6 Goswamis. They were trained by Srila Jiva Goswami, and Srila Jiva Goswami selected all the 3 for a special mission. The mission of distributing the Vaishnava literature composed by the 6 Goswamis. So these 3 devotees, they are trained and they get prepared to travel with all the books which are composed by Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and other Goswamis, including Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Gopal Bhatt Goswami has also given many wonderful Vaishnava literature. So the 4 services which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had given to the 6 Goswamis when he sent them to Vrindavan, one of them was to profusely write the Vaishnava literature that would establish how service is to be performed and how devotion is to be performed. So these books, they carried from where? from Vrindavan till Bengal, and they carried through the bullock cart. And when they reached the border of Bengal, what happened? There was a conspiracy, and through that conspiracy, all the books were stolen when they were taking rest in the night. So some bandits came and they took away all books. So all the three of these personalities, they were in great shock. They were stunned. And how come somebody could take away the books, the greatest wealth, which is of this literature. It talks about pure bhakti. How will they perform service? How will the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spread? Prabhupada always said, books are the basis. And we can preach only on the basis of authentic scriptures. So, Srinivas Acharya, because he was the leader, he meditated and he had a vision. He could see Srila Rupa Goswami. And Srila Rupa Goswami indicated that there is a plan. There is a divine plan for the books being stolen. Indeed, otherwise it is not possible. One cannot touch books. Or even if one touches, the Prabhupada used to say, even if somebody touches my books, he will get great advantage. What happened? Those persons who had taken the book, or the chief who were the conspirator behind taking these books. Actually, what used to happen is very interesting. That previously the kings, they were not king actually. The king was the Nawab Hussain Shah. But in that province, whoever was the king, there were many, landlords, big landlords. And these landlords used to be like the king of their province. They used to collect the revenue from the people, the tax, and they used to deposit into the treasury. So they were landlords, zamindars. So this province was called Vana Vishnupur. Vana Vishnupur. And the landlord or the king there was Veer Hambir. And this Veer Hambir was a very duplicitous person. During the day, he used to show as if he is very saintly. He would call the saints, call the Brahmanas, and hear Vedic literature from them. And in the night, he had his persons who would try and rob people who had any valuables. And to guide that who has valuable, he had one astrologer. And that astrologer could foretell that who is coming in his kingdom, who has anything valuable. So that the king could send his men to rob that person. So when this party entered Bengal, so the astrologer, he immediately approached the king and said, the greatest wealth, the greatest fortune of your life has now arrived. You should not miss this opportunity. The most valuable treasure that is there in the whole world has now entered your province. So the king got all the books stolen. But they were not knowing that inside what it is. Because the books are the greatest wealth. Or because by these books, one can return home back to Godhead, one can be liberated from his material condition. Any amount of wealth, or the entire wealth of the world, cannot make a person become liberated or make him eligible to return home back to Godhead. But this literature given by the Goswamis and given by our acharyas, they are the greatest wealth, the greatest treasure. So Srinivas Acharya, he stayed there and he told Aruttam Das Thakur and also he told Ramadan Pandit to continue their mission of spreading the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as per the Goswami literature. So they proceeded. Aruttam Das Thakur went to Khepuri and Shyamanand Prabhu went to Odisha and Srinivas stayed there. And Srinivas made a plan that he would go and visit the king. So he took help of a local Brahmana and he went to the court of King Veerhambe. Veerhambe was, as I said, he was having this routine of every day receiving saints and getting recitation done. So that day when Srinivas Thakur, Srinivas Acharya went there was recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam in the court of the king. And when Srinivas Acharya reached there, so he started to explain the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. So such explanation of Bhagavatam, no one had ever heard. After hearing the sweet explanation of Srinivas, the king was very much attracted towards him. And he requested Srinivas Acharya to stay in his palace. And in this way, Srinivas Acharya he could influence the king. And that king became his disciple, his first disciple. The king and the entire ministers became the disciple of Srinivas Acharya. And obviously all the books were brought back. So the preaching movement started in Bengal again, was revived by Srinivas Acharya and Prakash Thakur, and in Odisha and also to other parts of India by Shyamanand Pandit. And one of the important disciples of Srinivas Acharya was Ramchandra Kaviraj. Ramchandra Kaviraj, Govind Kaviraj, they were all disciples of. So at how Srinivas Acharya used to preach on the basis of books written by the Goswamis and Nama Sankirtan. He had a very special style of Kirtan that was called Manohar Shaka. All the three Acharyas, they had very special style of Kirtan. Was developed by Srinivas Acharya, and Garan Hati style of Kirtan was developed by Srinivas Thakur. It's very special Kirtan. The style is first they will glorify Radha and Krishna. Don't think that some new tune is there or there is some new way of singing Hare Krishna. No. It says how Kirtan is worship of the Supreme Lord. So how that worship is to be done, they established. So that was a very special style of Kirtan. The Srinivas used to perform Kirtans and attract mass of men. And then he would give them the discourse based on the writings of the teachings of the six Goswamis. In this way, he spread the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the entire Bengal. And he was so exalted that he used to, because he is Mani Manjari. His Swarupa in the spiritual world is Mani Manjari. There are gopis and there are assistant of gopis who are called Manjaris. There are many groups of gopis. It is very mind-boggling. There are billions and billions of gopis. What are you doing, Kana? Are you hearing or are you?
Prabhuji, I'm hearing. I'm hearing.
No, I saw shaking and dancing. Are you doing some exercise?
No, Prabhuji, I was just shifting my chair.
Okay. Very expressive way of shifting yourself. Huh? Your entire body was also shifting. Real attentively. So he used to perform Manasi Seva. That is the Raganuga Seva. What? That his mind was so pure that through his meditation he could serve Radha and Krishna. There were many pastimes that how he was doing the Raganuga service. So once it happened that Shri Radha and Krishna, they were playing Holi. They were performing the Holi Leela. In Braja, Holi is also very extended. It is not one day. It is 1 month Holi. Why? Because it brings pleasure to Radha and Krishna and to all the residents. And there is this Latmar Holi from Barshana. Have you heard about it? You watch a video, you will find in the YouTube Latmar Holi. done. The ladies, they have the sticks, and this is not normal stick, a thick, big stick. And the gents, they have the shield. And what the ladies do, they encircle the stick and bang it on the men, and they have to defend with their shield. And if one gets even one, if one gets that one stick, entire life, he will remember that stick. And with such intensity and force they hit, as if, it is amazing. It is extraordinary. I have watched some videos. I have never been there. We don't have the guts to be there. Because if you get one stick, you will be paralyzed for your entire life. That is the intensity. And there is also one rule there. Only those ladies who are married in Barsana, they can participate. Those who are married in Barsana. Those who are daughters of Barsana, they cannot participate. Those who are married in Barsana. And those males who are from Nandagram. Because these are the two places Krishna took birth. Krishna's place of residence was Nandagram, and Srimati Radharani was in Barsana. So the ladies of Barsana, they play the Holi with the men of Nandagram. Now they play with the stick.
But why,
Very-
Prabhuji? It's very risky. So why they play with like this Lathamar Holi?
This is their tradition. This is their tradition. This is for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. But actually now, we cannot do that. Are we born in Nandagram? Are you married in Barsana? So we are already out. It is not for us. So if we participate, it is not that risky. It is like committing, we are trying to hurt ourselves. We should not participate. We should keep going. That is why we are out. So anyway, so this holy pastime was happening. At this holy pastime, Mani Manjari had the service of passing that rainbow colors, the fragrant colors to Srimati Radharani, so that Srimati Radharani can use those colors on Shyam, on Krishna. And when this was happening, so it became a war. That who will apply more color, who will throw more color. And in all this, when it was happening, the meditation of Srinivas broke. And when he came out from that meditation, what he saw, his entire body was covered with colors. That is what is Nitya approach. Although they are in this particular world, but their consciousness, their presence is in the spiritual world. Similarly, we saw with Narottam Das Thakur. He was the Champak Manjari, and he had the service of boiling the milk and preparing milk sweets for Radha and Krishna. And sometimes what used to happen in his Manasi Seva, the milk used to boil. And when it used to come out from the boiled pot, he used to hold it with his hand, and his hand would not. There were many Manasi Seva. Once he was serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he entered the Ila of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was preparing very beautiful garlands for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In fact, he prepared 5 garlands, and he offered these garlands to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took one garland back and he offered back to Srinivas. And when Srinivas came back from his meditation, he saw that his garland was in his neck. And it was such fragrant flowers with so many bees, honey bees. They came for trying to extract nectar from these flowers. The such fragrance was extraordinary, never experienced by anyone. Why? Because this was the garland from the spiritual world. So this way we see there was so much service which was being performed, and such was the exalted. So they preached. Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur, what was their preaching practice? They used to go and preach to the kings, to these big landlords, and they became their disciples, and then they used to perform Nama Sankirtan. And the entire praja, the entire residents, they all became Muslims. So in this way, Srinivas Acharya used to perform such intense service. And his mission was to distribute the books. So the first book distribution party was led under the leadership of Srinivasacharya. And under the leadership of Prabhupada and his followers, we are continuing that book distribution. So the first book distribution party was headed by Srinivasacharya, and the literatures of the six Goswamis were spread. Mahaprabhu told that my mission will be fulfilled by the six Goswamis. They will compose the Bhakti Shastras, but I will get the Bhakti Shastras distributed by Srinivasacharya. So he empowered Srinivasacharya to perform that service. We see the Pranam Mantra of our Guru Maharaj. Prabhupadasya Sahityam Ya Prakashasya Vidiyat. He performed both the service. He is publishing and also distributing. So this is the day when we remember Sri Srinivasa Acharya. Such personality Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought in this world to distribute his love to his literature. Prabhupada says in the introduction of his Krishna book, I have shared with you, not introduction, the preface, that this one book alone, Krishna book, if somebody reads, somebody hears, this can enable one to fructify love of Godhead in his heart. All the books of Prabhupada, why just Krishna book? All the books of Prabhupada, they are completely empowered, imbued with the potency that whoever studies these books or whoever accepts these books in his heart, you can very easily receive the love of the Supreme Lord. So that is all I will speak about the Srinivasa Acharya. I want to speak on the appearance of Srila Radha. There is also the appearance of Srila Radha, the beloved deity, the Ishta of Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami. How much time is there? It is already 9 o'clock. I will take 10 minutes more to discuss. Madhvendra Puri Pada I have discussed so many times. But because it is his appearance day, I will conclude in 1 or 2 minutes. But I want to spend some time on Srila Radharatan Dev's appearance. How Radharatan appears. So Gopal Bhatt Goswami or Gopal was very fortunate. He was born in a very aristocratic South Indian family of Acharyas. You see that Krishna says, Kule Bhavati Himatam, that those who are given very special birth, they take birth among the birth of those devotees who are Acharya. So his father was the head priest of Srirangam temple in South India, Ranganathji temple in Srirangam. And his uncles, they were also great exalted scholars and devotees. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, when he first traveled to South India, he went to Srirangam. And when he went to Srirangam, that was the time of Chaturmas. The rainy season had started. So Venkat Bhatt was very intelligent. He requested Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to stay for 4 months in his residence. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying there, this boy Gopal was just 8 or 10 years old. And he got the opportunity to closely associate and serve Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 4 consecutive months. And in his heart, there was so much of affection, there was so much of veneration for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he never wanted to leave the association of God. But after this 4 months passed away, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that till the time your parents exist, you serve them. And when they pass away, you come to Vrindavan. I have a special mission for you. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu handpicked his associates so that they can perform his mission. So one of them is Gopal. And this Gopal became Gopal Bhatt Goswami when he came to Vrindavan. And when he came to Vrindavan, he was under the shelter of Srila Rup and Sanatana Goswami, and he was assisting them in their service of writing books. And Hari Bhakti Vilas is a very prominent book. And this book is actually compiled by Gopal Bhatt Goswami on the instruction of Srila Sanatana Goswami. So when Gopal came to Vrindavan, there was this news which was given to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by Srila Rupa Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. He was very pleased because he was waiting for Gopal to come. Because he wanted all these things Goswami to assemble so that they can preach the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, write these literatures. Because this literature will become the basis of spreading the Krishna consciousness movement for the next 10,000 years. The same books are now presented by Srila Prabhupada in such a way in English language that this mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is expanding to every nook and corner. When Gopal came, Mahaprabhu became so pleased, he sent 3 transcendental gifts for Gopal. You'll be amazed what were the gifts. Not like what we gift. He sent Gopi and door. And he also sent a seat asana. So Gopi and door means that he gives sannyas. The sannyasi wears only Gopi. And that means he gave the position of sannyasi to Gopal Bhatt Goswami. And he also gave asan. Asan means a place of seat, sitting. That means he gave him the position of an acharya. To become the acharya. Acharya means one who preaches by his own example. Not like today's guru, bogus gurus. In their life, they practice something and they preach something else. They have no connection. That is called mithyachara, pretender. But our acharyas, we call our gurus as acharyas. Why? Because they preach what they practice. That is the Vaishnava parampara. So he became, but he never sat on that asana. Gopal Bhatt Goswami never sat on that asana. Still, we can see that asana when we visit the temple of Radha Dev. It is just beside the beaches of Radha Dev. So shortly after Gopal came to Brajabhumi, Vrindavan, and he was under the shelter of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, and he was engaged in writing books and literatures. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, so he also felt that separation, so intense separation, that he was calling out, crying out, that again he did not get the opportunity to have association. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to him in a vision and told him that you can never be separated from me. You will always be in my presence. And he told him that you go towards the Gandaki river and you will find me there. So Gopal Bhatt Goswami travels to Nepal. There is this Gandaki river, and this Gandaki river is the only river in the world where you find so many Shaligram Shilas. When he went and he was taking bath in that Gandaki river, 12 Shilas automatically came to his pot. What does a sannyasi have? He has only 2 things. He has Kopin and Kamandalu. Kamandalu is the water pot. Have you seen? Not like today's sannyasi. They have, I don't know what. So much of assets, so much of property, so much of bank balance, so much of. They are not sannyasi. Where is the sannyas? Sannyasi means that he is completely renounced. He has nothing but he has no material possessions. When we will study the teachings of Vinkinti, she says, Namo Akinchana Vittaya. Every good. So Krishna is the property of those who are materially impoverished, who has kicked all the material assets and opulences. Krishna is accepted and he stays in the heart of such akinchana devotees. So anyway, so when he went there and this Shaligram Shilas, when he took bath, so 12 of the Shaligram Shilas, they jumped from the Gandaki river and entered his pot. He was surprised. So what he did, he respectfully took the Shilas and placed them back in the river. So it happened many times. Gopal Bhatt used to take the shilas out from the pot and place them. Hare Krishna, my quota for internet for today is over. So it might disconnect. So I request Dolamani, instead of sharing the recording, I will send you one file of my morning lecture, which is on YouTube of Rohini. You can watch the last section if in case it disconnects. So then Gopal Bhatt Goswami takes this shilas and he comes back to Vrindavan and he started to serve this shila very lovingly. And while he was serving the shila, Madan Mohan DT appeared. It was established by Srila Sanatan Goswami. Govind Dev was established by Sri Rupa Goswami, and Gopinath Ji was also there. It was being served by Madhu Pandit. So all these deities manifested, and Gopal Bhatt was very much in service of the Shaligram Shila. So once it happened that in Vrindavan, a very wealthy person came, a big businessman came. And when he came to Vrindavan, he brought many valuable gifts for the Goswamis. So you should learn how to give gifts to devotees. If you give directly to Goswamis, what they will do? They will not accept. They are renounced. So what this merchant did, he was very intelligent. He brought very valuable jewelries and very fine clothes for their deities. आपके लिए नहीं है, आपके ठाकुर के लिए. If you are bringing gifts for the deities of the devotees, they cannot refuse because it is for the service of the Lord. And one smart way of giving gift. So when this person he was visiting all the Goswamis and giving them the gifts of very aristocratic, made jewelries and the silken cloths. So he came to Gopal Bhatt and gave him, and he said that you decorate your Thakur with these gifts which I am offering, so please accept. So Gopal Bhatt accepted, but Gopal Bhatt started thinking that how will I decorate my deities? My deities are in the form of Shaligram Shila. You have seen Shaligram Shila? Have you all seen Shaligram Shila or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
It does not have the proper form. It is not possible to decorate the Shaligram Shila. So he was meditating, and in his meditation he went. He was meditating and he was really cursing himself, kicking himself. that look at my service. I have no proper service attitude. I have actually no love for the Lord. If I would have having the love for the Lord, then the Lord would manifest in His all beautiful form. How extraordinary is the service of Srila Sanatana Goswami, that the Lord has manifested in the form of Madan Mohan. How amazing is the service attitude of Srila Rupa Goswami, that the Supreme Lord has manifested in the form of Govindev. The love of Madhu Pandit, he has appeared as Gopinath. What to speak of the love of the Goswamis, he has appeared as Narsimadev from the pillar because of the love and devotion of Prahlad. And how unfortunate I am. How stone is my heart that there is no love for the Lord. So the Lord has appeared in the form of stone as Shaligram. I have no love. And this was the day of Narsim Chaturdashi, yesterday. And the entire day he was cursing himself that I actually have no love for the Lord. There is no surrender. There is no service mood. So the Lord does not manifest himself to accept service. So in this way, he spent the entire night. Day he was fasting. Fasting Chaturdashi day, what you did yesterday? You were all fasting. And so he spent the night. And next morning he went early morning for his Yamuna Snan. He went to take bath in Yamuna. And when he came back, there was this surprise. From his Shaligram Shila, from the Damodar Shila, the Lord appeared in the most beautiful form of Shri Radha Raman. Shri Radha Raman Dev, Hanuman Ki Jai, Shri Radha Raman Dev, Avirbhav Divas Ki Jai. And this form was so enchanting and so captivating that although it was small, it is just 12 inches, but this form had the three bending effect in the deity and all the three deities of Vrindavan. Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radha Govindev and Gopinath, they came all together in this one beautiful form of Shri Radha Raman. Shri Radha Raman Ji Lal, Jai 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 Shri Bhattacharya. He is the Pranadhar of Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami. So the deity is manifest only and only because of the reciprocation of the love of his devotee. So the love of Gopal Bhatt Goswami was so intense and so deep that the Lord came in the form of Radha Raman. The internet is holding on, so I will continue. This is also a surprise. My balance is saying data over. Anyway, this expression was sinking. So Radharaman, so where he appeared, that is also very interesting. The place where Radharaman Dev temple is, he did not appear where the temple is. Just between the temple and the Samadhi, there is a place of the appearance of Radharaman Dev. When you come to Vrindavan next, please look at that place. That is the appearance place of Radharaman. It's just near the temple. There is a small section where Radharaman appeared. So that place is the Nidhivan. That area of Vrindavan is the Nidhivan, where Krishna performs his Ras. And yesterday what Krishna was performing? Today what Krishna is doing is Ras. Because today is Purnima. So Krishna is performing Ras and he is within the gopis. And the gopis are feeling that they are the very privileged person. Because Sarvalok Maheshwara is dancing with them. So when they had this pride, this element of pride in their heart, Krishna left them. He disappeared from the dust. And he took Radharani. So he and Radharani came to this place of Nidhivan. This roofs of this Vana, which is a little ahead of Nidhivan. And Radharani also was feeling very fortunate that Krishna has left all other gopis, but he is holding me. And she told Krishna that I have become very fatigued. I have become very exhausted because of dancing so long, so I cannot walk. Krishna holds Radharani in his arms and carries her. And they come to this place, to this grove. And then Krishna disappears. Krishna disappears. Kana, are you there? Open the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 30th verse, 30th chapter. The gopis are searching for Krishna, and verse number 39. So when Radharaman Dev appears from the Shaligram Shila of Damodar Shila, immediately news spread, and Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and all the other Goswamis, they came rushed. They came to the place where this deity appeared. When they took darshan, they were also very much captivated to see the beauty of the deity.
Prabhuji,
30th chapter, 30. 30. When these Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami took the darshan, 30, yeah, Gopi search for Krishna, verse number 39. So when Rupa Goswami saw this deity, so he named this deity as Radharaman. 39. Yeah. Why Radharaman? Because Srila Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. He knows that place where Srimati Radharani is calling Krishna. And how is she calling Krishna? He Natha Raman Preshta Vasi Kwasi Mahabhuja Dasyaste Kripanaya Me Sakhe Darshaya Sanidhe. So Srimati Radharani is calling. And how is she calling Krishna? She says, He Natha Raman Preshta. Remain there, remain on this shloka. Go ahead. Go. Remain on this shloka, Baba. I am discussing this shloka. This shloka is very, very special shloka. It says, she calls Krishna as Raman Preshta. Preshta means who is very dear. And Raman means the lover. So that Krishna, who is the lover of Srimati Radha, that is Radha. Or one who gives pleasure to Srimati Radha, that is Radharaman. Or that in whose company Krishna enjoys, that is Radha. So that was given by Srila Rupa Goswami, because this is the place, this is exactly the place where Radharaman Devji appeared, where Srimati Radharani is calling. So this I was told by one of the Goswamis who are doing service in Radharaman Dev temple. Because last year I had the opportunity of speaking on the deity of Radharaman Dev. I think some of you heard also. Stop this mediation, this screenshot. Radharaman Dev is very special. Prabhupada said that if you want to really see the worship, the deity worship standard, then we should see the standard of, you can stop the share, the standard of Radharaman, because he is so lovingly served by the descendants of Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami. So today is the appearance day of Sri Radharaman Dev. Radharaman Dev ki jai. प्राण धन श्री राधा रमन जी लाल, जय 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 श्री भट्ट गोपाल। और मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे पूर्व जंत्री बाल, यारो श्री राधा रमन जी लाल, जय 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 श्री भट्ट गोपाल। When I first went to Vrindavan, my initial days of going to Vrindavan, I had the fortune of taking that. From that day, the deity is so captivating, so extraordinarily beautiful. It attracts the attention of everyone who comes to it. And there are all these beautiful arrangements in the DT room itself. At the summertime, you will see there is this flower decoration, full bangla, a very exquisite full bangla. Every day they prepare. Entire 4 months of summer season, just to get the cooling effect. And they have special showers. Their showers are with fragrant perfume water, rose water, and on the back of the showers there are these fans, these blower fans. And what it happened? It sprinkles the water through the air, so it spreads in the entire temple hall, and it's so very soothing and so very special. So the deity, so Krishna can appear from anywhere. Krishna is everywhere. For Prahlad, he appeared through the pillar, and for Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he appeared from the Shalimar Shiva, just to accept his service. There are many extraordinary standards of services which is being still performed today in the temple. Why? Because of the devotion, the dedication of Srila Gopal. And today is also the appearance of Srimad Madhvendra Puri. What to speak of his intense devotion and dedication and determination to serve the Supreme Lord. On this way, we pray to all these great stalwart acharyas, Srimad Madhvendra Puri, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Srinivasa Acharya, Srimad Vishnudas Thakur, to shower their mercy in our hearts, that our hearts can also change and can be changed in our life, and we can dedicate our mood to serve. श्री माधवेंद्र पुरी आविर्भाव तिथि महोत्सव की जय। श्री श्रीनिवास आचार्य आविर्भाव तिथि महोत्सव की जय। श्री परमेश्वर दास तिरुभाव तिथि महोत्सव की जय। श्री कृष्ण फूल डोला सलिल विहार महोत्सव की जय। विदाई हो प्रेमरते हरि हरि।
वो डोलामणि प्रभु जी का वो लेक्चर मिल गया इस्कॉन रोहिणी।